holy dollar. You've been gone too long in the midnight sea.
Holy dollar. Yeah.
Ride the tiger.
What I want to know is why Brian started masturbating during that. Stop it.
It was a turn on.
The water's cloudy now. Hey everybody, welcome to Anytown, USA. Population the three of us this very warm, balmy evening. My name's Dane.
My name is Brian.
I'm Jimmy. Are we the whole town?
Now we are.
We are not the whole town. You shut up.
The whole town went on vacation.
This is not I Am Legend 3. Mo Legends, Mo Problems.
It's 3 because there's only 3 of us left. And the dog. Oh no, the dog's a zombie monster!
Oh god.
Spoilers,
Get
I
it
guess.
away
I don't
from
know,
me.
I've never seen it. Will Smith had to memorize the entire movie of a Shrek's life.
What?
A Shrek's Life.
Yeah,
What?
to be in that movie.
My favorite Pixar Works film.
A Shrek's life. He had to memorize the whole thing, and he used that as his audition, and then they incorporated it into the movie I Am Legend, because he quotes it throughout the movie. Little known facts.
It's so little known that you made it up.
Well. Oh,
So
I mean, we don't need to be
known
throwing around slander and hearsay and
that
libel.
we're breaking the story.
This just in. I Am Legend. Movie facts with Dane, Brian, and Jimmy. Welcome to the new podcast. We are rebranding on this balmy autumn afternoon.
Would you rather live in zombies?
Uh-huh.
That's all I got. That's that movie.
Would you rather live in zombies? Make a house full of zombies? Out of zombies.
In the original book, it's not zombies, it's vampires.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they've made and remade that movie, and both times it was not the actual vampires in the story.
Yeah, they were kind of weird, like, breathy daytime. Like, because I don't know if, because Dane didn't see it, I don't know if you saw it, but
No.
they were like, 'cause he would
saw the
hang out
part-
with them, he would have to go look for shit, I guess, Will Smith, and like, they'd be like really creepily sort of huddled in a corner, and they looked sort of like people, but they were like fucked up. And they weren't, it was never like, they're vampires, you know, but they were just nighttime fucking creatures that liked the dark.
The only part of that movie that I've seen is where he recites Shrek's life. So this is the PJC where we, if you can gather, talk about movies and also do Would You Rathers and also compare people's love lives with other people's love lives and interests and sometimes talk about dildos. But not in a while. Not in a long time.
Well, I think we felt a little bit rejected.
We did feel rejected. Bad Dragon straight up snubbed us.
Yeah.
Snub-a-dub-dub.
Sad but true.
I was
3
notified.
podcasters in the tub. Anyway, sorry.
Snub-a-dub-dub, 3 podcasters in it. We had a friend write to them on our behalf.
A listener, in fact.
A listener. Shout out there to Kyle.
Kyle.
And he got a response. We didn't get bullshit.
We didn't get a response.
And he got a response.
Finely honed and crafted letter.
Letter of recognition of their fine works.
Man.
Yeah, it kind of bums me out.
Yeah.
In my bum.
That's where they want it.
Bum out. So let's jump in, guys. Like the jets are fine and everything, but let's get into the nitty gritty.
No cannonballs.
No
It's not
cannonballs,
deep
no
enough.
diving. No teeth. Broken. Okay. So we ended with this guy last week, and we're starting with him again this week.
He did a clopen.
He's clopening our podcast. Kind of. That sounds kind of dirty.
Yeah.
Greg in Emeryville writes, would you rather be trapped in a Dragon Ball Z world
Oh god.
as a regular human
Yeah.
and be the center of the show?
What?
So you're the main character of the show, and everyone around you has Super Saiyan crazy powers.
Yeah, like destroying the Earth and
Right.
rebuilding it.
And you're just a regular dude being like, no, don't. Ah, ouch. Or be followed around by the 3 hyenas from The Lion King.
Oh,
Which
define
would you rather?
followed around.
Yeah.
So everywhere you go, you got 3 wisecracking hyenas giving you lip. There's Whoopi Goldberg, there's Cheech and Chong, and there's Ed.
So two wisecracking and one
One
laughing.
giggler. I mean, pretty much. Mufasa.
So they're not. They're not gonna.
Thank you.
Wait.
They're not gonna hurt.
You said Cheech and Chong were one of them. But
I mean,
Cheech and Chong
it's
are
either-
2 guys.
It's
It's
either
Cheech-
Cheech or Chong. I can't
It's
remember.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin.
Okay,
yeah.
Cheech Marin. Thank you.
Cheech and Chong were 2 guys.
Because then it would be like, hey man, if you ever come back, we'll kill you.
Hey, yeah, man. We'll kill you. Shut up, Ed. Let's get high.
Fucking hyena that has MPD.
Oh, hyena.
Oh god.
They'd be hyenas.
Oh god.
Oh,
You see?
because marijuana
Because
is.
the marijuana, cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because that jazz cabbage.
My ill thought out pilot for my adult cartoon on Fox, Hyenas, never took off.
Never took off.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is the generation for it.
Yeah.
We're
Maybe.
both a bunch of potheads and Disney nuts.
We're in a world where you can buy a magazine at the gas station, and it'll have a centerfold of fucking weed.
Yeah?
That's
will.
real.
I mean, I think that's
In
been
high
around
times,
since the 70s.
Yeah.
But we live in that world.
We do live. You're not wrong in that assertion.
People are like, I'm gonna put this weed up on my wall.
Too bad nobody's here in Anytown, USA to read those magazines, but us dudes. Us 3 dudes.
We are not alone.
You keep telling yourself that, Brian. You know when you wouldn't ever be alone is if you had 3 hyenas following you around.
So they're like, we'd be safe.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, they're real bad at fighting.
Well, are they gonna try and
Lions,
fight
anyway.
us?
They're bad at fighting lions.
They're bad at fighting lions.
Are they
anyway.
gonna fight anyone around me?
I mean, I wouldn't say they're your friends. I'd say they're just following you around. He doesn't say they're your
Well,
friends.
because if they're violent, that helps my decision very much so.
I think you're kind of in danger. You're probably in danger, but like if
you
you,
got
sleep,
wild,
you know?
sarcastic animals following you around.
like make sure your doors are closed, your windows are closed.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to you don't want to be like too weak around them. Like
You don't want to show
Like
weakness.
I gotta feed them.
like you know, if you're feeling sick, you call in sick. You know, you don't need to go out to work. You don't need to like leave the house with the hyenas out there.
That's true.
God.
I gotta feed them. Woohoo. That my
So what-
hyenas are gonna get fed.
So like, in the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, regular people can get sort of strong in that world. But so we're meaning we would never be anything more than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he says you'd be a regular human.
Well, Krillin's
Krillin's a
was
regular human.
a regular
He's
human. He
got
trained
6
his ass
dots.
up. Yeah. But even if like you weren't like some weird kung fu magician, like that is a world that has super science and stuff. Capsule Corporation.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Crazy, kind of stupid looking aliens. That's kind of neat.
So for viewers out there who are viewing this podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
Listeners, we can call them listeners.
Thank you. Dragon Ball Z is a Japanese animated television.
A Japanimation.
Yeah. Or
How
an
did
anime.
you did you get this podcast from under the rock you're living in. Also.
Don't make fun of any listeners, like my mother, who may never have heard of Dragon Ball Z.
I didn't know she lived.
For the longest time, I thought it was Dragon Balls. I thought it was Dragon Balls, and it was kind of. I thought it was kind of dirty.
Suck my Dragon Balls.
Hey, suck my Dragon fucking balls over here.
Because I never saw it. I just read it on fucking my Netscape Navigator 95.
Next time on Dragon Balls.
So it was a television show where super-powered kung fu people would spend several episodes just yelling at each other.
And powering up.
I mean, that's the
And
pretense.
fighting.
Yeah.
And training. But then there would be 10 episodes in a row after a fight where they would just be hanging out for 10 episodes.
I never watched it.
I watched it religiously.
And
Yeah, it's kind of
the
into
whole
it.
thing is that they're trying to find these Dragon Balls to bring them together and get a wish.
Yeah,
from
those are just
Magic
on
Dragon.
the Earth, though.
Well, the Dragon Balls actually became kind of a side thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, after a point, it was kind of like a plot device. If we need to bring somebody back to life, we got to go hunt down the Dragon Balls again.
Yeah.
And it would just happen behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty
Actually, I
funny.
forget. They weren't just on Earth, because they were on Namek as well, the planet that Piccolo was from, the green alien.
There's a green
But,
alien.
yeah, I think the plot of Dragon...
His name was Piccolo.
Yeah.
Oy.
The plot of the Dragon Ball, not Z, show and manga was all about getting the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
But, Z was all yeah.
Let's start fighting.
It was well, there's aliens and worlds that are going to get destroyed, but the Dragon Balls exist as a backup.
Dragon Ball was a little bit like the Matrix, and Dragon Ball Z was kind of like Matrix Revolutions, where everybody's flying around and super powered, and it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb.
Kind of took the piss out of it.
Yeah.
So, do you want to live in super dumb world or be followed around by dumb things?
Probably live in Dumb World, I think.
Yeah, because it was actually a pretty cool world.
It was,
as long as
nobody blows up the Earth, which
Yeah.
happens a couple times, I think.
what
Oh, Jesus.
I'm pretty
did they
sure.
bring it back with the Dragon Balls?
Something, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of times where, they
remember
destroy
that.
planets. And I think Earth is one of them.
They destroyed Namek. Spoiler alert. I think it's Namek. I mean, this has been
Don't
a
care.
long time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be frustrating to see all this superpowered stuff going on around me and be impotently unable to participate.
Question. How
Answer.
is that different than real life?
Yeah.
Because there's no Super Saiyans flying around above my head
But there
challenging me to battles.
But there are super rich people and celebrities and delicious, delicious cakes
And
that
so
you'll
many
never afford or see.
injustices.
I mean, I can see them
Or interact with or be in a room with.
in my mind's eye.
Yeah, it's not the same, though.
It's not.
Yeah, plus it sounds safer, strangely,
Really?
than hyenas at all the time.
Yeah, well, what's the silver lining to hyenas following you and being dicks? There's at least a silver lining.
If
to
they're just
Dragon
dicks,
Ball
I can
Z.
handle it, but the constant maybe threat that I'm gonna get fucking mauled by hyenas?
Yeah.
No way.
If they were at least kind of chummy sometimes, but sometimes maybe they're gonna fucking eat you. I mean, I don't know. If they're they're fun at parties, but they're kind of fucked up inside. I mean, I've been there. I've hung out with some hyenas.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't when they're drunk, when they're too drunk, maybe you don't hang around with them so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. These are just douchebag hyenas all the time.
They are.
Fucking wearing their backwards hats. Their fucking tank tops.
You want to see this trick I can do with my lighter?
I can make smoke rings
I got a switchblade.
with my fucking vape
Do you want to hold it?
stick. I don't know what you call it.
A vape stick?
Vape
That's
stick.
what they call it.
That's
It's-
not what they call
Yeah,
it.
it is.
It's a vape rod.
It's an immovable vape rod.
Put the vape rod in your mouth. Suck on
Quickly.
it hard.
There's no time.
Oh, I'm gonna call them vape rods from now on.
Yeah, me
Vape
too.
rod.
Death sticks. Well, I mean, maybe I'm just a weak-willed motherfucker, but you guys are convincing me pretty hard. See, being an aspiring voice actor as I am, really appreciate Whoopi Goldberg's work in that movie, as Cheech Marin's work also, and also
Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings, yeah.
I got you.
Who played like Cat Dog and numerous other
Just
things.
everyone.
He's Winnie the Pooh and Tigger now. Like the dude.
And half Scar. I think we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Yeah, he did. He sang part of Scar's
half
song, right?
of the song.
Yeah.
The second half.
Like I'd like that talent around me, even if they are bloodthirsty hyenas.
But what about the talent of saving the Earth?
You're not
I just
saving the
really
Earth.
dislike that show.
No, but being around it.
You're not. But it's.
If you're friends with them,
You're not necessarily friends with them.
it's a
That
dangerous
you're
thing.
the center of the show.
You're the center of the show, but
Yeah, let's
maybe
talk about
that's-
that part. We're the fucking we're the crux of
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
So what does that like mean?
Who's the main character of the show?
Oh,
Goku.
God.
Goku.
Goku, yeah.
So you are Goku with no powers, and
Well,
your
but-
name is your own name.
Sure, but then
he's
what?
the
Does
main
that
character because he's got the powers. Like he drives
Right.
the
I
show.
mean, it wouldn't be a great show.
So you can't be exactly like the nature of the show has to change. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It has to be kind of like
Yeah, that's right.
It has to be like the Seinfeld of like animes.
Yeah,
where,
that's right.
like,
What's
you
the
just
deal with
kinda-
all these sayings?
Yeah.
And then Cell comes up and he's like, "I challenge you to a fight," and you're like, I can't.
And you're like, "Hello, Cell.
We've got like a 10 o'clock meeting still. Like,
Yeah.
What is
I'm a
the
regular
deal
human.
with Capsule Corporation? Why's it gotta be a capsule? Why couldn't it be a box?"
And nobody can answer you because it's a hypothetical. Because of Dragon Ball sounds. I mean, I'll pick Dragon Ball Z World because
yay.
you're welcome.
We can all hang out now.
Now we can all hang out in the same world.
Like if we're in
all
a close
together
proximity
again.
to each other, all three of our shows will be the same show.
That's true. It's like if Kramer, George, and Elaine got spin-offs. But like all of their episodes just intertwined so collectively that all of their episodes were pretty much the same episode. That'd be funny. That'd be a funny thing.
I like it.
Okay, so we're all in Dragon Ball Z. We did it. Good
Yay.
job. We all won.
Go Earth.
So sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. And when that happens, we go on Craigslist and we talk about fetishes. Talk about fetishes.
Nipples and dicks and dicks and dicks and nipples and dicks and dicks. Woo, woo, woo.
Don't forget the dicks, though.
I like some thick, fatty meat curtains hanging down betwixt my legs. What?
Tell me
Don't
more.
judge me, Brian. It's what I want. So, Brian, what do you got for us today on the old docket?
Well, I mean, I brought some
Peyote?
I brought some sesame seeds. You want to share? It's like half. There's like half the bag.
Are they black sesame seeds? Are they?
Are there other
toasted?
kinds?
I've heard of white ones.
Oh,
What do you?
No.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll have some sesame.
They're white on the
Hand 'em
bun.
over.
these are
At a
regular.
rest- at a
These are
place.
regular kinds. These are regular kinds. There's no salt, unfortunately. So they're unsalted.
Unsalted. When I'm in a tub with a couple of dudes and I'm snacking on some sesame seeds, I need there to be salt, Brian. I need it. It really sets off the flavor.
Can I open them?
Crickle, crackle, crickle. Crackle, crickle, open the seeds.
Sesame.
Open sesame. Oh, I get it now. Shit, I missed it.
I did it.
I also have a personal I found on the Craigslist.
Hey!
Yay! Back to the premise. Yeah. So,
Getting down to that nitty gritty.
I feel like this should be prefaced by a statement, but I don't know what it is.
Oh.
It just feels like there should be an explanation to explain it before I start reading it, but I don't think there's an explanation
Throw
I
us
can
into that
give.
deep water, Brian. Throw us right in. No water wings.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's what you're gonna get, unfortunately.
Great.
This one is entitled to make music. Silicon Valley.
Wonder where that is.
Do you know how those free rock music concerts happen? Recently, one of them has totally ruined my, and not only mine, working day. We are music teachers, and we teach classical music. And 4 hours of our working day were lost. There are a lot of ellipses in here. I'm not gonna highlight every one of them, but
Okay, that's fine.
they're all over.
We'll
the place.
infer.
They are just
We'll use our instincts.
It's like mildew in an old shower.
just everywhere you look.
Everywhere you look.
Everywhere you look.
And 4 hours of our working day were lost. Tell me, if is a totally American feature to join anything free? In the downtown of a huge crowd gathers every time when some half-dressed rock band roars, screams, and plays on half-tuned guitars. Unbelievably, there are lots of old people in wheelchairs attending those junk carnivals.
What?
The people are so used to believe that it's better to be like everybody else. Push the strollers with their babies so that those poor babies get in tune with the craze.
So, Brian, this is a personal ad. This is somebody looking for love.
Women for men.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Continue.
Fat women in tight dresses
Okay.
and skinny little men with empty eyes try to pretend dancing. Everybody pretends to be happy and cool. Yes, those are pretend celebrations of bottom feeders and losers of all sorts.
Oh, my God.
Why was our working day ruined is...
You're doing your best, Brian. I appreciate it.
In that roaring environment, it's not possible to play classical music even if you close all the windows. After the quote-unquote concert, thanks God, had reached its end, it was also impossible to play real music, as under our windows those baby boomers with never-washed long gray hair continued the roaring.
Never washed.
Never washed. By using the power of the engines of their red Harleys.
Whoa, bro.
They were widely
Spitting that mad fire.
Sorry. They were widely protesting against Rachmaninoff exactly in a way the flaggers who hate my post try to hurt me.
Oh, she gets flagged.
They, poor creatures, spent more than 5 minutes pressing the gas pedal to mute Rachmaninoff.
What the fuck?
Do you think Rachmaninoff is going to win no matter what, and old 420 friendly losers will hide in the holes?
Not 420 friendly. That's just something important to know.
Maybe their great-grandchildren will be able to hear the music. Why I'm posting this text here is... Before I could hardly understand why those undereducated guys from Craigslist would so angrily flag my posts. Now, after hearing that Harley roaring meant to compete with the sound of bells in C-sharp minor prelude, I understand that the war between intelligence and quote-unquote public will last forever. If you want to talk with me, find out right away that I'm not looking for cheapness of love without strings. I'm for well-tuned strings.
Oh, I get it.
And
It's a classical joke.
And that's where it ends.
So
she's,
Brian,
she's 63.
So what's her number? Can you give me your number?
Wait, she's 63.
Yeah, that's
And
her
she-
number. You might say. Yeah.
And she's ragging on the gray, long, never washed gray hair baby boomers?
Ah, thank you for highlighting that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man, I just imagine her being carried by 4 fucking oiled men everywhere.
Very highly
stroking an
judgmental.
animal and with diamonds on every part of her.
Highly judgmental. Doesn't seem to...
No.
pretty narrow-minded.
You think maybe a little bit incoherent?
Yeah, that was barely... I was wondering if this was an ESL situation based on...
Possibly.
On the poor the English seemed.
Yeah,
Maybe.
possibly.
I don't know.
Because it didn't seem like it was just misspellings. It was sentence structure and...
Sentence structure, I mean,
Syntax.
She kind of meandered around too, though. So I don't know.
I see this as a rage-filled tirade.
To me, it might not be ESL. It might be that she's maybe a little bit demented because she's in her 60s. You know, like it happens.
Well, at least she's looking for love still.
Call me if you
Yeah.
don't ride a motorcycle and are young.
Gesundheit.
Well-tuned strings.
Well,
She got the presence of mind to make a pun. Okay. So, hate-filled, angry,
Frowns on free events.
doesn't like free events where people can just kind of boogie and completely ruin her working day, I guess? For 4 hours?
Yeah.
And who do we have for her?
well, I'm glad you asked.
Thank you. I'm glad I did also.
So this one wouldn't normally be so bad. Just it's more the level of intensity of this.
Good.
So the title is like video games, anime, and you're a female.
Oh no.
Oh, I can already tell this is a winner.
Age 28.
Yeah.
Oh, booby.
Which I normally wouldn't
Booby.
state right off the bat, but it's important because it reads like a 16-year-old maybe.
Judgment?
The body starts.
The body
I thought that was
begins.
part of it.
The body begins
The
to
body of
undulate
it just
under me.
starts off with totally nerdy. I know, but I thought it would be fun to lead off with something that we may have in common. What's the best thing to do on your day off after a hectic work week? The obvious answer being, pour a couple hours into an RPG, but when you steadily realize that your living space is slowly turning into a pigsty, well, something has to be done. So on with the scrubbing! Whilst
God.
cleaning and listening to my MP3 player, cycling through all anime, video game BGMs, and J-pop songs,
Oh,
I had the
God.
idea to try this. Spur of the moment type thing. I guess we could just talk at first, you know, email and whatnot. Then maybe that could lead to something more, perhaps? I'm just a 6'1", 180 pounds, black nerd, looking for a kindred spirit, parentheses, of the female persuasion, and parentheses, to, I suppose, in quotes, kick it with?
Oh my god.
It'd be even cooler if you had an Xbox One and were really into Destiny, the video game, not the idea.
Not the concept
he didn't
of
say that.
Destiny.
I'm not one of those Microsoft fanboys. It's just where the falling tree landed. Plus, I like the controller. I'm not exclusive to race. That's just not me. Which, important to note that the grammar hasn't been, like, bad, really. But that last bit was the same sentence as the Microsoft thing.
Oh.
Just
And
as
at first,
as an aside.
I kind of assumed that he was talking about video game systems being different races.
Oh.
Also.
I
Considered,
Well, they can be.
like, are you a PlayStation or a Microsoft? You tell me.
It ends with, reply with the name of any anime character to
my
weed out
God.
spam. Oh yeah, willing to trade face pics to prove my realness? Anyhows, thanks for reading.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a winner here. Both of these two are going to get together and get married real quick and make super old babies.
My heart my heart goes out to him.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a bad dude or anything,
No.
but man, oh man.
Yeah, he's barking up the wrong tree.
The wrong Craigslist tree?
The wrong internet tree. Yeah.
Well, it's just like, he's just like, this is every single one of my every interest. Look at me. I'm so nerdy.
Well, he's definitely found a sense of self within nerd culture, and he doesn't have any identity outside of it, from what he's shown us.
He's very, very, very nerdy.
He's invested in it.
And he's maybe overestimating his chances of, obtaining that total nerd.
Package.
Yeah.
Package.
Yeah, pretty much all the things, it seemed like most of the things he described anyway, were, like, Like, you don't generally pour hours into an RPG like with another person. Like, you can, but not usually.
Yeah.
Maybe we're switching off every hour.
Yeah. It can be done.
It can
but
be done.
Typically,
it's been attempted.
You know. That's not what it's built for.
So I'm guessing this guy is pretty socially awkward, and he has only found solace in his nerdiness. Like, that's where he's found his human connection. And so when he's reaching out to these people, it's through the only thing that he's been able to find connection with, and that is common interests in nerd culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's necessarily, like, awkward per se, but I think maybe he's, like, got a sort of social ineptitude. Yeah.
Definitely.
Or, like, he doesn't quite grok that, like, this is, like, maybe doomed to failure.
So, in summation, probably not as hate-filled as she'd like.
No.
However,
he's very upbeat.
She is very into her hobby of
which
classical
is pretty
music.
nerdy. She's kind of a nerd about.
She's
rock
very
and roll.
intense about it, and it's sort of a different direction.
Yeah.
That did surprise me. Just to interject, like, for somebody who, like, is, like, very much about classical music, she only name dropped one guy
over and over.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
There are other composers.
The one
my
true
dear.
composer.
None of us could name any. Even the music major.
Mozart.
Beethoven.
Mozart.
Beethoven.
John Williams. Anyway, so these guys should get together. They should.
I like it. I think it's a connection.
Make kissy faces.
Oh,
I don't think
that was sarcastic. I don't think they would work out.
I want him to be
too bad.
happy.
Man, I don't know.
I want
I
both
think
of
they
them
could
to be happy. I want her to
fuck
be...
her. She doesn't like free events.
Well,
how un-American.
The reason she doesn't like free events is because they impede on her world.
You are interjecting that. I think she doesn't like free events because she is a fucking capitalist swine.
Oh, okay. She's a big Ayn Rand person.
I think so. I think
her
that's
fingers
what
are
that
the longest.
I think that's what that sentence was about. How un-American. A free event?
So, our friend Elizabeth in Oakland asks, would you rather be a never nude, where your base layer of clothing is black spandex?
Oh, well, that's different.
Like a black spandex short. Or always be nude.
Oh, what? Oh, man.
Those are the choices, gentlemen.
Oh.
Pick your poison. Never wear nothing or always wear something.
Man, so the never nudes of Arrested Development.
Yeah. Jean shorts.
Raise a lot of problematic quandaries.
Well, this is not jean shorts. This
It's not
is
jean shorts, but
black spandex.
like he still has to go to the bathroom.
Through his shorts?
Yeah, but he didn't do that.
He didn't.
He showered in them,
He did.
Yeah.
but he didn't fucking piss through his denim shorts.
That's real gross.
It's quite gross.
What if he had to take a shit?
Yeah.
And crotch fungus.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
So-
if you're always nude, you can't go places. You have to live on a nudist commune.
Yeah, but I mean, there are those places.
You could just live in San Francisco.
I mean, yes and no.
Public nudity's legal there, right?
Is it?
From what I've heard.
That might not last, too.
That's true.
Like, so, I believe that is true, but people can certainly deny you service
That's true.
at any place you'd need to be. You couldn't get a real job. Get a fake job. A digital styles job. Yeah,
I think
well,
that's the third week in a row we've referenced digital styles.
3 out of question.
Styles.
Digital styles.
A pie chart.
So could we say that you could fucking be as a never nude?
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking shit yourself.
You don't have to shit
Like
yourself.
you can use your nude bits for things you would need to use them for.
Yeah.
But
maybe not sex, but you'd have to keep it on for that. Well, no, because Tobias in Arrested Development, he had sex.
Probably just through his fucking zipper.
Probably through his zipper.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the spandex shorts, there's a pull-aside window.
A zipper.
Not a zipper necessarily. Okay, a zipper. A spandex zipper that you unzip.
You can't. That would help because you can't remove.
Can't
the
remove
waist.
it.
You can't pull them down.
And
Would you need a butt flap too? You get a butt flap.
You need a butt zipper.
Ew.
Oh, that like funder pants,
Like the most fun time.
gimp pants.
Oh yes, but spandex instead of leather.
Oh,
Man.
that's not as sexy.
That is not as sexy.
I still think it would. It sounds awful, but I still think it's that over.
Being always nude.
Because it would just ruin your life.
If you were always nude, you could work from the home and
Well, you couldn't get the job in the first place.
be a cam show person, like we've referenced several times before. Pop Pop's Cam Show, episode something.
Hey, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Let's just take a second and remember on that
Everyone
great
think about
episode.
it.
Brian, you didn't sigh.
I was just thinking about what the text of Pop Pop's Cam Show would be.
What do you mean the
Like-
text?
Like, what would it be like? Like, it'll be 10 cents in bitcoins to see me jerk it! for a nickel in bitcoins, I'll show you my fanny. I'll show you my fanny.
Oh, God. The face you're making right now, dear listener.
It's
His
quite
face
obscene.
is real bad.
For an extra dime in bitcoins, I'll show you my war wound.
That's what I call my beehole.
Because they ripped me a good one. They ripped it real good.
Man, it's worth 5 bitcoins.
I'd be a never nude.
Yeah, you gotta be that never nude.
I would be a nudist.
Yeah?
Oh.
Tell us why, Brian.
Because crotch fungus.
You
Because crotch
would
fungus.
rather be always nude so you could keep your bits
Yeah. Yeah, I
You'd
just...
still
than have to bathe in like a very
you still
slight
wash
bleach
'em.
solution.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I've had some nasty crotch fungus.
Oh, dude!
When I was at camp as like a kid,
yeah.
I was a never nude. I wore the same pair of underpants for what it was like a week or weeks.
Yeah.
It was a while. It was hell.
bad.
Yeah. Those got to be like an interesting color. We'll say that. It got to be
Oh, no.
what color were they, Brian? An interesting color. An interesting
Nobody
color.
asked. You asked yourself that question just
And
now.
just woo!
Nobody wanted to know that.
Oh, the biological anomalies that emerged from that period of never
what
nudeness.
cultures did you
No,
You-
don't ask
I
these
extract
questions.
from it.
You can make you some interesting kombucha from that, my friend. Say that much.
So,
So-
to any audience member still listening, I'd like to say that
Hooey.
I appreciate you as a listener, and you are strong. You are a strong person.
You are a rock.
You are a rock.
But yeah, I mean, you can find some nude weirdos to live with, and you know, work at their nude post office or something, and like walk your nude dog. Yeah,
We
I
shave
mean,
all our dogs here. No clothing.
only Sphinx cats.
Only Sphinx cats. Only mole rats. And Sphinx cats.
But yeah, I'd be a nude weirdo. Why not?
Great. I would not. I'd be a never nude.
Yeah,
and
never nude all day.
I would
Literally.
use anti-fungal creams topically on my spandex.
Oh, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I'm gonna need that luck.
Didn't work out for me.
Moving right along, let's do a marry, fuck, kill.
So, coincidentally, we were talking about That old 90s sitcom, Seinfeld.
Oh,
there.
good.
Oh,
I thought you were
God.
going to go back to the colors of his underpants.
Which colors of... So, Marry, Fuck, Kill. Interesting color. More interesting... No.
I'm glad you couldn't complete that thought.
Well, I was like, what are the other two colors? I don't know.
It doesn't get much more interesting than that color.
Colors of the wind.
But we were talking about that old Seinfeld. So, our Marry, Fuck, Kill this week is Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza, or Cosmo Kramer.
Oh.
Yeah, well, okay.
Jerry's in pretty good shape.
Doing pretty good.
There's a couple episodes where his shirt's off, and they're always talking about going to the gym. So he's kind of cut.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Him and Kramer probably
But
too.
You
Probably
gotta live with that obnoxious fucking Seinfeldian humor. What is the deal with these lines?
Would you?
Man.
Would you? Huh? Would you?
What is the deal with this sushi? Could it have any more rice in it?
Could it have any more rice? It could.
Whoa.
The answer is it could.
It could be all rice, Jerry.
could
be all
Be
rice.
a rice bowl. I really don't like George as a character.
Yeah.
As a person,
He's a
I
monster.
never enjoyed him
They're all monsters. Yeah.
in their own right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Man, I just don't. Y'all don't like them 90s sitcoms.
Not really. Most of them were shit.
I hate
Yeah.
sitcoms in general.
Yeah, most of them are shit.
I would say that 30 Rock is probably my favorite sitcom ever. I really love 30 Rock.
For me, it's got to be News Radio.
News Radio was very good, and that was like a standard 2-camera jobby.
Yeah. It had very, very good writing. It kind of,
And it had Phil Hartman.
It had a kid in the hall.
It did have one kid in that hallway.
In his prime.
Back before he...
Lost his fucking mind.
Didn't we talk about this last week?
I think we did.
I think we did.
Yeah.
So we will not retread that ground.
Fair enough.
Phil Hartman, great. Joe Rogan, sane at that point, also.
Right, yeah.
Kathy
Good.
Griffith.
Wait.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
That wasn't Kathy Griffin.
It was
no.
another
No.
curly-haired
And the
redhead.
ginger-headed, like,
I've never
quirky-
seen News Radio, honestly.
Really?
Thinking about it.
Really?
I've
take
seen
a
like
look,
an
man.
episode or two.
It the creative team were a lot of the same people who worked on Mr. Show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is like why the sense of humor is kind of similar, and like you
Yeah.
know Bob and David both have like cameos in the show.
I didn't realize
I
that.
like
Yeah, like that's part of why it was so good.
The boss is also a pretty great voice actor.
Stephen Root.
Yeah.
Stephen Root. I love him. I love
he's-
Stephen Root so much.
He's on that old King of the
King of the Hill, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Dauterive and Strickland, and he was also Blind Man in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? He was pretty
Oh, yeah.
great.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
also Stapler guy from
He was Stapler guy.
that
Yeah.
thing.
So,
That one movie.
but we're not talking about that, are we?
No, we're
No.
talking about good things,
I guess.
not bad things.
So I've always been compared to Cosmo Kramer since high school,
Oh.
both with my hair and my manic demeanor.
Can you give us a good Kramer impression?
Yeah. That's the one I got.
Yeah.
I can't take it, Jerry. I can't take it.
Come into the apartment and be like, "Hey Jerry."
Oh, hey. Nope. That wasn't great.
Jerry.
He never said that.
Hey Jerry.
You want
Is that your Cosmo Kramer?
you want to try on maybe like a racist tirade? Maybe.
Yes.
That was the
That was the
actor?
actor.
Michael Richards.
Michael Richards, the actor, not Cosmo Kramer himself.
Fair point. Fair point.
So let's just be very clear about that.
Okay. We've established that.
We have established that. I am like the character, Cosmo Kramer.
Kramer I think comes off as like he comes off better, I think.
I think he comes off as the best character, like as a person.
Because he's an eccentric, but I don't think he's like as cold-heartedly selfish as most
Agreed.
of them.
Agreed.
He's probably the nicest of all four.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. He's the one who followed his dream and moved to Hollywood at some point to be an actor in the show. He did that. The character did that.
I don't
Then
that.
he was accused of being a serial killer.
And then he smoked a lot of cigars.
Yes, throughout the series. So I think because of my hatred of George Costanza, despite his perfect hands, I would kill him because I think he's human garbage. I would fuck Jerry once because of his sweet bod. And then I would marry Cosmo Kramer because of all the hilarious hijinks we'd get into together as a married couple.
Similar. I've got a similar answer. I would also marry Cosmo Kramer because I think that like we could be that kind of fun eccentric couple.
Yeah.
And like he's kind of a weirdo, and I think he'd keep things interesting. And it seems like maybe it'd be fun.
His eternal optimism would mix well with your cynicism.
Eternal, dark, horrible cynicism.
Yeah. Deep, deep hatred of entropy.
I think we'd fight all the time, but like it'd be kind of like the passion that keeps us together.
Yeah. Feel that fire.
I would fuck George Costanza.
Oh, gross.
I think it would be kind of. I think he'd be kind of like a fun, dirty fuck.
Oh, yes,
like,
dirty, definitely.
Yeah, like dirty, and he like kind of like fucking like hate, but like it's kind of it's like all the more aggression.
Yeah, I do see a lot of clenched teeth in that lovemaking session.
You're right in my beehole.
And there it is.
So yeah, I think that'd be fine. That'd be okay. But yeah, I really hate Jerry Seinfeld, and that's why I'd want to kill him. I want to fucking kill him.
As a human being or as a character?
Both.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that like he's like bland, this bland canvas in the show, and I think the show's kind of garbage, and he's like the gravitic center of the garbage galaxy of that show. And like that show couldn't exist without Seinfeld. It's named after him.
Well, how do you feel about Larry David? He's pretty cynical too, man. Did you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
A little bit.
I did not.
It was hard to watch.
Exactly.
Like, it's good and it's funny and I enjoy it when I'm watching it, but like it's one of those things where I'm just like, oh man, it takes a lot of energy out of me to watch that show.
Very much like Seinfeld.
I feel like it's a lot
like
heavier
Seinfeld.
just because it feels more real.
Exactly, real. It feels more real because, like, yeah, like there's something about the way it's shot, I think, too.
Well, because
like,
they don't really have scripts in Curb. They have sort of just. It's all sort of an improv show,
which is laudable. I mean,
it's a very good show, but man, it's just hard to watch.
Yeah. So
I'm very conflicted about Curb.
So yeah, fucking kill Seinfeld. And like, oh god, especially since that show, he's just like this fucking curmudgeonly, like fucking regressive, like people are too PC these days. That's why I'm not a popular comedian anymore. Bah.
I didn't know he said that.
He's not aging quite well.
No.
He's not being offensive, but he's sort of just being.
He's bordering on it, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, if we replaced Jerry Seinfeld with Larry David, how would that change your options?
I don't know. I mean, I might still kill him. I might still kill him. I don't know if he'd be as fun to fuck as George.
Probably.
He's part of the situation. Yeah.
You just think that George would be a fun romp.
Yeah, like again, kind of a one-time thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
Let us never speak of it again.
Jimmy?
So, different than both of you. So,
as is usual with these Mary fuck kills,
yeah.
Brian and I are usually on the same level, and then you throw us a curveball.
Well, you both were different from each other too.
Yeah, true, but we're.
I feel like
similar.
we're usually very similar, all three of us, or very different.
Okay.
So as fun as Kramer is,
continue.
as fun as Kramer is, I don't know that is a life I would want to live. I think I would prefer a more consistent, semi-normal, comfortable life with Jerry Seinfeld.
No,
he's all right.
No, he's the worst.
Allow him his opinion.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
I definitely fuck Mr. Cosmo Kramer. Because that shit sounds wild.
It's gonna get weird.
And then
Probably in his hot tub. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
he has one.
He has one in his tiny New York apartment. He put a hot tub in his living room.
And then I'd have to kill George.
Yes.
It's you started by killing George, and I'm sort of ending with killing George.
Okay.
It's
Good bookends.
It's just the last
George killing bookends.
It's just the last option. He just has to be someone.
Yeah. So you don't have any strong feelings against him. You just...
Yeah, I mean, he's a schmuck for sure.
Yeah.
But I also can kind of relate a lot of the time with him.
Gross.
Yeah.
So...
to his problems.
One Ian in Walnut Creek asks, would you rather have wall rats or garbage bees? Go.
Oh, I love this question.
One more time?
Wall rats or garbage bees?
In your home, would you like rats in the walls? Or would you like to, every time you go take out the garbage, you open the can and there's bees in there?
At least it's not wasps.
It's not wasps. It's garbage bees.
Huh. There's something very picaresque about having wall rats.
Wall rats.
So many
Yeah.
horror stories have good wall rats.
Scratchy, scratchy.
I like that they just stay in the walls.
For now. For
I
now.
mean, you hear them and they eat your food and they leave little drops.
So they come out of the wall.
I mean, yeah. You've got rats in the walls, Jimmy. They're not just going to be like,
They're
and
eating.
this line we shall not pass,
Gee,
for
really-
we are the rats of the wall.
We love this wall so much, we don't need that food or warmth in the house.
We'll eat each other and propagate that way.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Now,
Squeaker squeak.
Squeaker squeak.
specifically, your outside trash cans.
Thinking about it, if the rats are in your house walls, I would say the bees are in your inside trash.
Wow, so if the bees are in the inside trash, then it's absolutely wall rats. Because you can deal with wall rats. They're probably not going to fuck with you because they don't have rabies.
Don't
But
they?
bees inside, fuck all that.
Inside bees.
Like, if they are outside bees, I didn't have to, like taking out the trash was just sort of a time.
Yeah.
Every time I had to do it, like
And every time you got new trash cans, the bees would just come right back.
I just have to get a bee suit and
that's
take out my garbage.
out the
Gotta
garbage.
take the garbage.
A bee
Oh,
suit.
mom, just put on your suit, hon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Put on this enormous thing. Take out.
Aaron's take on a new difficulty level.
I think that would be preferable. But if they're inside fucking bees, like absolutely not. No
Indoor
way.
bees. Yes, I've got indoor bees. I don't just keep them outside.
Like trying to invite people over when you have wall rats is already going to be difficult enough. But if you have fucking inside home bees,
You know what would be nice, though? You know what would be nice is all the flowers that be inside your house.
well,
Because that's how flowers work. Bees create flowers.
that's not.
Shh,
Wait.
no.
Yeah.
No,
When
no.
bees are around, then flowers spring up around them.
No,
That's...
Dane.
What? I'm sorry, what? What's that?
This isn't
No.
this
That's
isn't a
how
cartoon.
flowers... That's how flowers get spread around.
I think we can we
You
take
guys
that?
are not...
Can we
getting
take this? Can we take this tub on a field trip
That makes
to
much
elementary
logical.
school biology?
Okay,
Plant
well...
botany.
Birds
I
don't
mean.
actually suddenly appear every time that you are here.
I think I'm a Disney princess.
Which one are you? Take the quiz. BuzzFeed.com.
I'd probably be Ariel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that fucking bra on.
I would get that bra on.
if you know what I
I'd get that bra on.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, she's underage.
She's under it. I mean, I kind of dig the whimsy of indoor bees, just to like the sheer inanity of indoor bees.
It's scary.
It is scary,
the
but
whimsy and the whist of face stings to the face.
I mean, I see that as better than like plague rats in my walls, like scampering
Oh,
all
the
over.
plague rats.
I mean, why not?
Wait.
You know,
Big fatty McFat. They're like rat-tatouies that instead of making food, they poop in my food.
I feel like you could get by. Like you could just sort of be like, well, I have wall rats, and everything you own is like those really airtight container things, like the nice glassy ones.
They're wall rats.
No,
they're rats of the wall.
They can't bite through Pyrex.
You don't know that. You haven't faced rats of the wall before.
With enough work and enough generations of rats, I mean, if they can get a hole big enough to fit their head through, then boom, they're through.
Yeah. So,
yeah, but then I replace it.
just to update you guys on Dane's brain right now, this is how I imagine the two scenarios. We've got a system of medieval rats that live in the walls and have fiefdoms and like legion and like little flags. And they come around and they poop in my food. and they've got skirmishes going on in my hallway. And then the other one is me just living in a bee suit in my own home as bees are flying all around me and flowers spring up from the carpet. That's what's going on in my brain.
That sounds a lot like a cult film from the 90s.
Which one?
The bee suit one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a city beekeeper at that point. I got to keep my bees somewhere.
Yeah,
in my trash can.
Because that's the thing, like, bees will leave you alone generally, but if you're attacking the hive, fucking no way, they will attack. And if they are in your trash can, that means that is their home.
And the honey wouldn't taste good because it's trash honey.
Trash honey, I'd still eat it.
Trash honey.
You'd still eat the trash honey?
I think we've got the name of this episode,
honey.
guys.
Trash honey?
Trash honey.
Trash honey.
There's, I read a article in France. The local honey was turning blue.
Oh.
Because bees were getting into an old M&M's factory and eating the paint.
That's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they were getting into the Skittles the M&M's factory and carrying off the edible dyes that were in this abandoned M&M's factory, and the honey was turning out like opaque blue.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Fucked up urban honey.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I do get kind of weirded out in the grocery store where it's like local NorCal honey. I'm like, ooh, if this is made in Oakland. I know Oakland.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know Oakland. I live in Anytown, USA. Population 3.
Did I say Oakland? I mean Jokeland. That's a funny joke.
I wanted to start that newspaper. I told you about that.
This podcast has been redacted.
Black lines all over the audio.
So I think, much like we have discussed before, I can very much envision myself as like a homeless person with a very dark, unpleasant future.
Uh-huh. But getting by.
Existing in an unending nightmare. So I think I'm going to go with like wall rats, and I'll tell you why. Because
you stole my line!
Because Stephen King and Edgar Allan Poe. I can very much see myself as sort of my retirement, writing unending, terrible poetry that I cannot sell while the rats skitter through the walls, and nobody else can seem to hear them, but I can hear them! I can hear the rats! They never leave!
And then you travel in time for some reason. Because plot.
Or, I disappear one day, there's no sign of me, but like, I don't know, like a piece of cheese where I used to write my sheet of poetry or something. I don't know, some irony.
See, I thought you were going to go the Willard route and you'd become Lord of the Wall
Rats.
No, because that's a good ending.
That is a good ending, and Brian can't have those.
Oh, hell no.
Alright, so I'm also picking wall rats. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Because fuck bees. I mean, bees are alright, but fuck a house of bees. I'd rather have a house of rats.
A house of bees.
Rats that are rats that are mostly out of sight, mostly keep to themselves.
Mostly.
We've had a house of zombies and a house of bees. Can the title be House of Bees?
House of Bees?
Because it kind of sounds like House of Bees.
What was the other one?
I like Trash Honey better.
Okay.
Trash Honey
We'll
House
fight
of Bees.
later.
Yeah.
We'll
maybe
have a
the
knockdown
title will
drag
be
out.
all of the above.
Oh. Maybe House Beeves.
House Beeves. House Beeves
4.
and Buttheads.
We went two different directions. No, it would be House Bees : Trash Honey.
2 Die Harder.
Yeah. Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm doing house bees, so I'm not gonna tell you any reasons.
Oh.
So fuck you guys.
Well.
Oh, but dang.
Oh my!
Good heavens, Tabetsy.
So guys, that brings us to the end of this minor interlude.
What?
And
What?
yeah, that's it.
What?
Yeah, there's no more.
Dane.
The water has gone cold.
Dane.
The jets
Why are the
have
jets
turned off.
What water? What water?
Dane.
The night owls have come out. I can hear them hooting over our shoulders.
So that's a tick up on the population then. So we're at least at 4.
Night owls don't count as citizens.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Look at
All
them.
they
That's their
say
home.
is who and boo because they're night owls.
They're ghosts.
They're ghosty night owls. Boo hoo. And then I'm like, night owls, don't cry. Come on.
They're like, we don't even have a door for you to knock upon.
Ghost owl.
Boo hoo.
A 1, a 2, a boo.
Boo. The voice actor who did the voice for the Tootsie Roll Pop guy, Owl, also was the first person to invent a fake heart.
Oh my, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was a cardiac scientist doctor.
I'm glad he could count to 3.
Yeah, he could. And do voice work. So anyway, that was the Proud Jacuzzi crew. You can send your Would You Rathers in to the PJCcast at gmail.com, as our good friend Greg did. Thank you, Greg. Greg. He's really going to like that.
Maybe we'll chant your name. Send us some fucking shit.
Yeah. You can also
Jesus.
tweet us at the PJCcast. I always forget it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Twitterman.
Twitterman.
And you can also send it to our Facebook, like us, send us any information. Just be like, hey guys, listen to the podcast. I mean, not to get desperate, because desperate
Like,
is
we could start
unattractive.
Reader's fucking Digest and shit,
What does that mean?
bro.
Shit, bro?
If people send us shit to read, we'll fucking read it.
Yeah, we'll read mail.
Sure, we'll do penthouse forum letters.
If you're,
Yeah. Tell us
We'll
about
fucking
your
read it in our-
lurid sexual
Dear
acts.
PJC cast, I never thought it would happen to me. George Costanza in a red teddy and just like bent over, full moon before me.
Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth.
He had just come out of the pool and there was shrinkage.
References.
Then Larry David showed up and things got really wild.
Anyway, my name is and shall always be Dane.
My name... Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I almost said my last name. That would have been terrible.
My name is Brian, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because we like you.
Oh. My name is MOU.
Thank you for picking that up. Thank you so much. This is why we're friends.
Go ahead.
Good night,
What's your
folks.
name?
Good night,
No, what's your name?
It's Mouse. It's Mouse. I spelled it out.
His name's Jim.
I know a guy named Mouse. What's up, Mouse? You're not listening.
Get Mouse to listen.
Mouse, you should listen.
He would
Mouse.
love this episode, Wallrats. Anyway, I hope you all have a good night, and I want you to get home safe.
Drive.
Drive or walk.
Or bike. Segway, even.
I don't want you to drive safe at all. I want you to get full of cough medicine and go as fast as you can.
Codeine.
Operate heavy machinery. Do it, you pussy.
Do it. I don't think you'll do it. I bet you won't.
You could come in like a wrecking ball, really.
I bet you $5 you won't.
$5
5 whole simoleons.
$5 holy dollars. They're really old.
Speaking of jizz and hot tubs, in early community college, a friend of mine tried to do a hot tub orgy of our...
How do you try and do that?
He had a hot tub,
Right.
and he invited people over for a quote-unquote orgy, where...
He just straight out said, I want to have sex with all of my friends.
Kinda. Yeah. He, invited, it was like 90% guys, 10% ladies. Nobody
So
had.
there was 9 guys and one
there's
lady.
your problem.
No. Maybe my math is off. There were maybe 3 ladies, and I think about 8 guys.
Well, that's a party still.
So more 80-20. Or
That's
4.
still
420.
Anyway,
not great odds.
Sticky icky green butt.
anyway, nobody fucked anybody.
Oh,
There was
too
some
bad.
awkward toe sucking.
Were
There was
were
some
you
toast.
there?
Yes, I was.
You were
Oh,
one of the dudes.
I don't know why I went. I didn't go to fuck. I like.
Well, neither did anyone else, apparently.
I think. Well, the guy who threw it thought fucking would happen.
Yeah.
But like, oh god, I don't
feel
know.
like unless you are in a community of already orgy people, you can't just up and cold start a fucking orgy.
I mean, the journey of a million fucks starts with one orgy.
I think a journey of a million fucks starts with one crazy party where people are losing their inhibitions and eyebrows are a waggling and hot tubs are a bubbling.
I don't
think-
feel like an orgy just spontaneously combusts though.
I think at first it must.
I don't think.
I think if you are somebody who has a partner, starting an orgy is a lot easier. But if
Okay,
you're just like
very true.
one guy, you're like, hey guys, let's all fuck.
Boots.
But it's like
you
if
knock
you
boots and you knock boots.
yeah, if
and
it's like if
knock
you are
boots.
if there's a guy and a girl,
Yeah.
you know, not to whatever, but like if you're partnered up, it's like, oh well, somebody's dating you. To either of you, you're probably somebody worth dating, and therefore maybe worth fucking. Here I go, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, there's security on both sides because
Yeah.
you're vouching for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, well then you've already got like a lady and a dude who like are fucking safeties off.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's like any other community. Knowing people within that community helps.
I think it's like there's fertile and infertile ground for an orgy, and that was not fertile ground
That
for
was
an orgy.
salted ground.
That was a bunch of awkward, not quite teen. Actually, were we still teenagers? We were like awkwardly transitioning from being teenagers to adults, and it was just not gonna happen.
But God bless him for trying. He had a dream and he tried.
A for effort.
A for effort. Was there alcohol involved?
No, I don't believe so. I don't
See?
remember drinking.
Damn. He was
Oh,
just like,
I
let's
don't-
do this cold turkey.
Yeah, there was definitely not drinking because I don't think we were 21 yet.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, you were wee babes.
We were out of high school, but not quite 20. Yeah, it was community college years.
I
Yeah.
see.
Great.
Man,
Well, I mean, yeah. Still, that's very impressive that he had the cojones to do that.
wait, tell us more about this toe sucking.
No, I don't
Oh,
want to
God.
hear.
How does that even come up?
So people were in the hot tub. They were in like swimsuits and junk,
Uh-huh.
and like one daring person, I think somebody said something like, I could totally suck your toes, and like it was like, well, why don't you? And so they were sucking
that.
toes. Yeah.
So like just to make sure. That's
trying
not
to-
well.
trying
That's
to
not like a
remember.
regular sexy thing. That's like sexy if you're into feet, right?
So toe sucking can be a regular sexy thing.
I think it's like it's not quite just a fetish.
Yeah.
I
Man,
think it's
I'm
like
the most turned off by that idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Personally.
definitely not into feet, then yes. But
yeah. I mean, like there are a lot of nerves down there. I don't know.
feels kind of nice. I've done it. I've had it done. Feels nice.
I've never done that. When I was a little kid, I used to, like when I was like four,
Four,
I liked
yeah.
to suck on my own toes.
Sure.
I loved the hell out of that. I liked the taste.
Oh,
You remember that.
I'm gonna run for office one day, and this line will come back to haunt me.
Brian, I highly doubt you're going to run for office.
mayor
You
of
never know.
any town, USA.
the ordained king.
It's 20 years from now, and I'm trying to run for mayor of Nova Scotia.
Okay.
And there it is.
Nobody will have listened to this because we're in Anytown, USA, a magical place.
And it,
Night owls.
He wanted to fuck George Costanza?
Re-elect.
Doom, doo, 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 doo.
How do I vote more than once?
Give him all my votes. All 5 of my votes. And a goat.
A vote.
Meanwhile, Anthony Weiner's all like, "Oh,